She had become different. Distant.
Her phone, which used to lie around on the couch, was now glued to her, screen down. There were new girls' nights, work parties to which I was somehow never invited. And in her eyes, when she thought I wasn't looking, there was a certain absence.
She was just absent from our life.
And then it came, that very day. She said she was running late with her friends. But something clicked inside me. That very scream of intuition. I got into my car and drove to her office. My heart was pounding somewhere in my throat, my hands were icy.
And I saw them.
She was leaving the building not alone.
With her was him.
Tall, well-groomed, in an expensive coat. They were laughing about something, and his hand was resting casually on the small of her back.
My vision went dark.
They got into a taxi, and I followed them, like a hero from a cheap thriller. They got out in the city center and went into a cozy, expensive coffee shop. I parked across the street. My personal movie about betrayal was playing in real time behind the car window. They sat at a table, drinking coffee. She was laughing again. In a way she hadn't laughed with me in years. He said something, and she placed her hand on top of his. That simple gesture became a knife in my heart. That was it.
The proof was enough.
I felt completely broken.
Empty.
The dumbest and angriest plans were brewing in my head.
To burst in there, to make a scene.
But I just sat and watched my life fall apart. And then her phone vibrated in my pocket. She had forgotten it in the morning rush, and I, like an idiot, had taken it with me to return it, thinking I'd do something nice for her.
The irony of fate.
A notification glowed on the screen. Reminder, today 1930.
Don't be late. And then a message came in. From him.
From that very man sitting across from her. I couldn't take it.
I opened it.
The text was short, everything's ready.
Waiting for you. Is he aware yet?
Is he aware yet?
I was stunned. What did that mean?
Were they going to tell me everything?
Mock me?
A veil of rage clouded my vision. I decided they were going to his place.
And I would follow them.
I had to see it all. To finish myself off completely. They left the coffee shop and headed not toward cars, but on foot toward the old prestigious district. I followed them, hiding around corners like a real maniac. They entered a beautiful 3-story mansion. My heart was breaking.
There it was. The enemy's liar.
I stood on the street, unable to move. What am I doing here? Why am I doing this? But something made me approach the window they had just entered through.
I looked inside.
And my brain refused to process what I saw. Inside wasn't a private apartment. It was a large hall, full of people. I recognized our friends, her colleagues, my colleagues, our relatives. The entire room was decorated with balloons and posters that said, "Happy Anniversary." In the middle of the room stood a huge collage of photos of me and Lily together from our 10 years of marriage.
I had forgotten.
I had forgotten about our anniversary. Completely lost it in all this paranoia.
And that man? He wasn't a lover.
He was Michael, the event organizer Lily had been planning all this with. For weeks, she had been secretly preparing a surprise for me, arranging with my boss for time off, calling all our friends. She had put her hand on his in the cafe because she was saying, "Thank you for helping me organize everything." And the message, "Is he aware yet?" was about whether I had already arrived at the party. I stood outside the window, watching my wife, who was beaming, ready to welcome me, and all our loved ones. And I was a suspicious, bitter idiot who had been following her, snooping through her phone. I didn't go inside. I turned around and walked away. I was unbearably ashamed. Ashamed of my thoughts, of my blindness, of my distrust. I just went home. An hour later, Lily arrived. She walked in tears.
You didn't come.
Everyone was waiting.
What happened?
Where were you? I looked into her eyes, full of sincere pain and confusion. And I told her everything. Everything. Every step I took, every nasty thought.
She didn't yell. She just listened.
And then she said quietly, "I got so caught up in organizing the surprise that I completely forgot about you. I became distant and didn't even notice how it looked from the outside. Forgive me." And all I could do was repeat, "I'm the one who's sorry. I'm the one who didn't trust you." The betrayal wasn't in her actions. It was in my head. And that's a lesson I will remember for the rest of my life. Sometimes the loudest scream isn't a whisper from the universe, but the echo of our own fears.